he made the terrible permanent decision to end their life. Stan was a man who lived without a moral compass. When he was younger, sure, he had a conscience. He felt guilty about doing bad things, but he ignored his conscience to the point that he became deaf to it. And as he grew, he lived to take whatever he wanted. If he wanted a girl, he just took her. He lived a life of lust and a life of sin, and he had no regrets about any of it. Again, if he wanted something, he just took it. He had no restraint. But the thing about living a life of sin is that no matter what sin it is, whether it's stealing or killing, whatever it may be, sin never stays at one level. Sin always grows. You become addicted to it. And Stan, who had a habit of stealing, allowed that sin to grow to the level of even trying to pull off a heist.
Next in line, please.
Give him the money! Get your ass! Give him the money! Come on, let's get this money, baby!
But as James 1:15 says, when sin is fully grown, it always leads to death. And that's how it is. Eventually, a lifestyle of sin always catches up with you. And for Stan, his lifestyle of stealing, killing, living without restraint, finally caught up to him.
I heard you robbed the bank.
Rob no bank.
Cool. Thanks for champagne. Yeah.
Get out of the ground! Get out now! Get out! Get out of the ground now! Get over there, quick! Go!
As Christ said, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. But for Stan, death was no big deal. He lived by the philosophy that you only live once, and so you might as well try to get what you can by any means while you're here, and when you're dead, you're dead. But little did he know that after death comes judgment. And his fate is one that so many are falling victim to. And one of the main reasons why is because of Satan. You see, Satan knows that God wants to use this generation. And whenever he realizes that God is about to use a generation, Satan does whatever he can to destroy that generation. This is why today we see it all too often. Lives destroyed, dreams ruined.
I've been waiting for you boys.
Satan has destroyed countless lives through drugs and alcoholism. And when they die, Satan has won. He has destroyed countless lives through crime and violence. And when they die, again, Satan has won. And you may say, why? Why does he care to take lives? Because he knows that he has no future. He knows that he is doomed. He knows that his future is the lake of fire and nothing is going to change that. And so his goal now is to take as many down with him as he can. And this is why he wants us to kill each other and even ourselves. And he won't be satisfied until we all end up slaves of sin and on that path to death. He knows his future is hell, and so he wants us to end up like Stan, so that our future will be hell too. But we are on to his plan, and we will stand against it. Because we are waking up. We are realizing that our enemy is not each other. Our enemy is not even ourselves. Our enemy is the same enemy that we have had since the Garden of Eden, the Prince of Darkness. And so it is not coincidence that now more than ever you turn on the news and every night another young person has been murdered. It is not coincidence that suicide rates are through the roof. All of it, every bit of it, is part of Satan's strategy to exterminate this generation. Because he knows that God wants to use it. He knows that God has big plans for you and for this generation. And God wants to use it in a mighty way to witness for him. So yes, Satan has won some battles, and we have lost many along the way. But he will not win this war, because we are ambassadors of Christ. We are on assignment for the King. We are awake and on a mission to save the lost,